Okay, we're on Pesachim, Perek Tet, Mishnah Chet, 8th Mishnah in the 9th chapter of Pesachim. Says the Mishnah, HaPesach shenit arev bizvachim. Let's say you have a Korban Pesach, and it got mixed up with other Korbanot. Okay, what kind of Korbanot? Shlosha tilaim, 3 sheep. Echad shel Pesach, one is a Korban Pesach, ve'echad shel Asham, ve'echad shel Olah, shenit arvu, they got mixed in. So I had 3 sheep, and what happens is, of course, when you make an animal hegdish, so I have a picture for you, right? You say, okay, this sheep is Korban Pesach, and this one I'm going to bring as an Asham, this one I'm going to bring as an Olah, and they have their different dinim, they have their different halachic rules. They're offered in different ways. They're poured on the mizbeach. The blood is poured on the mizbeach in different ways. They have different halachot. So therefore, each one, you can't just say, oh, take whatever one you want and, bring it whatever. That's okay. You just mix them up. Each one has its own specific halachot. So therefore, what happens is, if I have these 3 animals and then they become mixed up, so I don't know, I have no idea which one each one is. Which one is the Pesach, and which is the Olah, and which is the Asham. Let's see if I can grab this guy, right? Which is the Pesach, which is which, and I don't know which one is which. Because they're all similar animals. They all look the same, and I don't know which one is which. And now they're all mixed in, okay? And I don't know who's who. So now what do I do? Because I have these 3 animals. I know one is a Pesach, one is an Asham, one is an Olah, but I don't know which one is which. Says the Mishnah, Kulan yiru achi yistavu. So all of them, we have this phrase. They should graze until yistavu, they become ruined, i.e. they have a blemish that makes them inadmissible as a korban in the Beit HaMikdash. V'yimachru, and you sell them. ויביא בדמי היפה שבהם ממין זה, ודמי היפה שבהם ממין זה, ויפסיד המותר מביתו. Let's translate. And he should bring בדמי היפה from the value of the יפה שבהם, of the most value of the nicest one from this kind, and from the value of the nicest one from this kind, ויפסיד המותר מביתו. And he loses the extra money from his house, Let's explain. What happens is like follows. I have these 3 animals. So there, of course, by definition, one is more valuable than the others. Let's recolor. Let's see if I can make this picture color. Okay, one of them, they all look the same. I don't know which one is which. So, but one of them, we'll make this guy. Okay, one of them, this guy, he happens to be a little more valuable. It's just a nicer animal. He's, I don't know, worth. These guys are worth $50, and this guy's worth $100 because this is a much nicer animal. So the question is, I don't remember which one of them was the Asham, which was the Pesach, and which is the Olah. So the Mishnah says the following: the value of the most of them, I have to assume each one of them might have been the Asham, it might have been the Pesach, it might have been the Olah. So this one is worth 100, and these are worth 75, let's say, or whatever, 50. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I have to take the Dimei Yafeh Behem. Altogether, the value of these, if it's 100 and 50 and 50 is 200. But the Mishnah says, I have to take the value of each one, of the most nicest one. I sell them. So this one was 100, this was 50, and this was 50. But maybe the 100 one was an Asham. Maybe it was a Pesach. Maybe it was an Olah. So now, based on that, we can understand our Mishnah. I have to take the money, the 100, from the first Asham, and say, okay, I need to buy $100 Asham. And I have to take the $100 one and buy another $100 animal and offer an Olah. And then another one and offer a Pesachim. Meaning I have to assume that the most valuable one was each one. All right, 1 second though. I only have $200 here. Now you're saying I have to spend $300. That's what the Mishnah says. Yes. And the extra money, that comes out of your pocket. I mean, you can't just switch them and say, I've got $200 and that's the pot. No, the extra money comes out of your pocket because you mix them up, sorry, you lose. Now, let's do a new case. So now let's go to our original case. Okay, let's go back to where we were. Okay, I have 3 korbanot, and now I have 2 bechor. The halacha bechor is if the bechor is not a balmum, halachically, I have to take the bechor, the firstborn animal, I give it to the kohanim, okay, and the kohanim slaughter it and offer its blood in the mizbeach, and then they eat it in the Beit HaMikdash. They have to eat it. And the Beit HaMikdash is kachim kalim. They eat it in Yerushalayim. Okay, so it's very similar to the Korban Pesach. So let's say my Korban got mixed in with Bechorot. Back to the Mishnah. Bechorot, and I don't know which is which. Rabbi Shimon says, Im chaburat kohanim yochelu. If it's a group of kohanim, then they should just eat it. Let's look back. There's a few halachot, interesting halachot that are comparing Bechor and Korban Pesach. So the Korban Pesach, who eats a Korban Pesach? Yisraelim kohanim. Who eats Bechor? Only kohanim. But the next question is, how long can you eat it for? So the Korban Pesach, we know, you can only eat that night, and after the night, it's no tar. Whereas the Bechor, okay, it's eaten for Shnei Yamim V'Layla Echad. But they have similarities. Let's for 1 second. So the similarities are that the pouring of the blood between the Korban Pesach and the Bechor are the same. We just jumped to Zvachim, Perek Hey, Mishnah Aleph. In Zvachim we learn Bechor, Maaser, VaPesach. These three types of Korbanot, they are Kachim Kalim. They are lower levels of Kachim. Shchitatam b'chol makom ba'azara. They can be shechted anywhere. V'daman ta'un matana achat. And their blood is poured in one spilling, one sprinkling, one pouring of blood. Ubilvad she'iten keneged ha'yesod. It has to be done keneged ha'yesod. We've learned this opposite the yesod, where the base of the mizbeah. So we see here that Bechor and Pesach are offered in the same way. Let's go back to Pesachim, to our Mishnah. Okay, since they're offered in the same way, therefore, let's say now my animal got mixed in with Bechorot, and I don't know which is which. So, okay, we don't know which one is which, and they all get messed around. So now I have 3 animals. One of them is a Bechor. So therefore, and I don't know which is which, one of them is a Bechor, and one is Korban Pesach, and 2 are Bechorot. Says Rabbi Shimon, Im Chaburat Kohanim, if they're Chaburat Kohanim, Yochelu. What they should do is they should slaughter the animal and say, if it's a Bechor, I'm slaughtering the Shem Bechor. If it's a Pesach, I slaughter the Shem Pesach. You have to do it in the way that's appropriate. But then, they eat all 3 animals as a Korban Pesach. So it's eaten only this animal, which might be this and might be that. It's only the Kohanim can eat it. And they can only eat it l'layla achat. Why can they only eat it l'layla achat? Because we know that they might not be eating the Bechor. They might be eating the Korban Pesach. So therefore, they should eat all 3 animals and eat it if it's Pesach, l'shem Pesach. If it's Bechor, then it's not l'shem Pesach. So I guess everybody has to eat from all 3 animals. Okay? And then after the night is over, then they can no longer eat it. Says the Bar Tanura, Kulam bo b'layla she'bechor ne'achal kohanim. Let them all eat it. The Bechor is eating the Kohanim. Okay? And you eat and then you say if it's a Pesach, etc., etc. But Rabbi Shimon holds, she'cholim lavi kachim lebeit hapsul. You're going to bring kachim to the Beit Hapsul because let's say there's no way you're going to eat all these animals in one night. You're not going to be able to finish. So therefore, you're going to eat part of each one, and the rest is going to be left over. What happens is if the Korban Pesach, then that's fine because the time is up. But if they're the Bechor, this one is a Bechor, and I can't finish it. The next day I could eat it, but I'm not eating it because maybe it's Korban Pesach. So Rabbi Shimon says that's okay. You're allowed to actively cause kachim to come to be pasul. The Rabbanan disagree and they say, no, yiru kulam tavu. You have to let them all become like the first case. You have to let them all become ba'alei mum. You have to let them become blemishes and sell them, and then buy the nice with the most valuable, like we did with the first case. Buy the most valuable, the Korban Pesach, and the rest are, and also a Bechor with the most valuable as Bechorah, because each one might be a Bechor and it might be a Korban Pesach. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.